This training module, entitled Communications and Signage, is one of a suite of training modules based on key areas of the document Nothing Can Separate Us from the Love of God, Guidance for a Return to the Public Pastoral Life of the Church in the Tuam Ecclesiastical Province. This document can be read in full on your diocesan website. Good, clear communication benefits all of us. You should begin by identifying the groups of people in your parish that you need to communicate with. The most obvious place to start is all parishioners. Within that, there will be groups who will attend for specific liturgies like baptisms, marriages, funerals, the celebration of First Holy Communion and Confirmation, anniversary masses, month's mind masses, etc. You should also communicate with those that you visit on pastoral visits such as your First Friday calls. They need to know in advance what to expect before you visit them. You also need to communicate with your staff members and volunteers. You may of course have other groupings that are particular to your parish that you need to communicate with. So what are the main messages that you need to communicate? The Sunday and Holy Day obligation has been suspended for the time being by the Irish Catholic Bishops' Conference. Parishioners are encouraged to attend Mass during the week to give everyone an opportunity. Those who are sick or who have any symptoms of or are a confirmed case of COVID-19 should stay at home. Those who are a close contact of a person with confirmed or suspected COVID-19 should also stay at home and participate online or through parish radio. It is suggested that those in the vulnerable category might also stay at home and again participate online or through parish radio. You should outline to your parishioners the plan in your parish for their participation in the Eucharist and the sacraments. In addition, it may be helpful for people if you could indicate and display the church capacity. You should also outline the procedure for distribution of Holy Communion in each church and encourage all members of the congregation to wash and sanitize their hands before leaving home, and perhaps bring their own pocket hand sanitizer with them. While face coverings are not obligatory, they are advised. You, of course, may have other ideas of what you need to communicate in your parish. So how do we communicate to people? The most obvious one in our parishes is our parish newsletter. We would encourage, however, that you ask people to bring these home with them and to not leave them behind in order to minimise the risk of transmission. You should place signage in your churches and at approaches to the church so that people are aware of what is happening. You should utilise your parish website, social media and e-newsletter if you have one. If it is possible, an advert or an interview on local radio or local newspaper may also help, along with posters in local shops. You also need to consider what announcements you will make during Mass to assist people. Signage in parish offices and parochial houses will also be helpful. Short announcements before and during Mass will be of great benefit to your congregation. Before the distribution of Holy Communion, advise how this will work in your church. Before the final blessing, please ask people to leave the church gradually after Mass and encourage them not to gather outside so that physical distancing can be maintained. As there will be no offertory collection, please ask them to leave their parish donation in the box provided at the points allocated. Thank people for their cooperation during this time and also for their understanding over the last few months. Insofar as a church-related outbreak of COVID-19 is possible, Resource 11 on responding to an outbreak of COVID-19 in a parish setting should be of assistance to you. You can read this resource in full in the guidance document, A Guidance on the Return to the Public Pastoral Life of the Church in the Tuam Ecclesiastical Province, and a link to this document is available at the end of this presentation. Signage is also very important to have in your church and surrounding areas. It should draw attention to queuing, movement of people, physical distancing, hand hygiene and respiratory etiquette, symptoms of COVID-19 and other relevant public health advice. The COVID-19 parish policy statement should also be displayed, perhaps in the porch area. This is a list of other areas where suitable signage should be placed. This list is also available in the full document. There is a selection of helpful informational posters about COVID-19 available from gov.ie, hse.ie and hsa.ie. Again, please read Nothing Can Separate Us from the Love of God, a guidance for a return to the public pastoral life of the Church in the Tuam Ecclesiastical Province. You can access it at the link below, on your own diocesan website, or via your diocesan office. Thank you.